unfair reach advantage, and elite submission skills. These are just some aspects of an MMA fighter that makes them good. But what separates the good fighters from the elite fighters is fight IQ. The ability to strategize, adapt, and make reads is what makes a fighter reach the championship levels. That's why I'm here to discuss the lowest IQ moments in MMA history. Honorable mention for this list doesn't have too much significance, but it was pretty funny. Here it is. My number 10 spot, I got Andre Sukuntot wrestling an injured Shan Ali. Summary of the fight is a young Shan Ali is absolutely piecing up Andre Sukuntot for 2.5 rounds. Talking jabs, head kicks, spinning stuff, whatever he wanted, he was just landing at will. But in the middle of the third round, limping. And what did Andre Sukuntot do? He attempted a takedown. And he laid on him. So that was really dumb. If he just stood up, Shan Ali would have gotten TKO'd. He literally couldn't stop. How could he defend himself? So who knows how that would affect where Shan Ali ended up now, but that was stupid. Okay, so my number 9 spot, I got Iron Michael Chandler versus both Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier. Man, he rocked Justin Gaethje really bad with around 2 minutes left in the first round. Definitely takes the round. Second round, he gets dropped. Definitely loses that one. So it's 1-1. Then what does he do in the third round? He just eats punches, does silly stuff like putting his hands out like give me more, just throwing like spinning stuff, basically just doesn't try to win the round, then loses by decision. So that was silly. And then in the Dustin fight, he was absolutely dominating Dustin in the first and second round. He did get dropped at the end of the first, but in the second he was well on his way to winning. Third round he was doing good, but he goes for a big old slam, tries to spin for the back right away instead of being patient, and then Dustin got his back and submitted him. So Iron Mike could have definitely won both these fights, but due to decision making, he lost. Okay, so my number 8 spot, I got Sean Strickland standing with Alex Pereira. This is a title eliminator fight. Alex Pereira is a 2-division glory kickboxing champ. However, he only had 6 MMA fights. Sean had over 25 at this point. Pereira had limited grappling skill. He already gotten submitted in his MMA debut, and he's probably only been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu wrestling for maybe 5-6 years at most, while Sean Strickland's been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu since he was 18. And it's not like Sean couldn't wrestle. He ragdolled Uriah Hall. So what did he do on the 2-division glory kickboxing champ? He just stood up and then got finished. And worked out in the end, so he became champ. But in this moment, this is one of the lowest IQ moments. Number 7 spot, I got Kelvin hurting Izzy and then shooting a takedown on him. So this is an interim title fight in Atlanta, Georgia. Back and forth war, but Adesanya is getting the better of him. But in the 4th round, Kelvin lands a big head kick. Adesanya's wobbly, staggering, on seeing Tweety birds, whatever you want to call it. Then Kelvin goes for a takedown. Really dumb. DC was going crazy on commentary. Literally could have gotten a finish on the feet. But Kelvin ends up losing by unanimous decision. Always gets finished in the 5th round. In my number 6 spot, I got Cody Garbrandt swinging for the fences versus TJ Dillashaw and Pedro Munos. In his first fight against TJ, defending his belt, dropped TJ in the first round, landing good shots back and forth. And then he just throws the same hook 3 times in a row, gets countered and finished. And then versus Pedro Munos, I don't think he had a single game plan. He literally just exchanged right hands with Pedro. He's got iron chin. He caught Cody, got KO'd both times. Man, Cody had all the makings of a long-time champ. He was young, quick hands, knockout power, great athleticism, speed, strong wrestling background, but his decision-making cost him the belt. Number 5 spot, I got Nate Diaz pointing at Leon Edwards. So basic summary of the fight is this is a title elimination fight. Leon got his title shot after beating Diaz, and Diaz probably would have got one if he beat Leon. Nate is getting destroyed this whole fight. He's getting his leg kicked, he's getting out grappled, he's got his back taken, his face is a bloody mess. But in the 5th round, Leon is slowing down, and Nate Diaz hits him with a mean 1-2. Leon is really badly rocked. His feet are visibly shaken, but then instead of pressuring him and trying to go for the finish, Nate Diaz points and laughs at him. Leon eventually survives. Nate loses by unanimous decision, but I guess he won in the street rules. In my number 4 spot, I got Anderson Silva getting cocky versus Chris Weidman. Anderson was on his 11th title defense, coming off a TKO versus Stephen Bonner and a great TKO over Chael Sonnen, and it seemed like he would never lose. That's what the fans thought, and I guess that's what Anderson Silva thought, because when he fought Chris Weidman was already landing good shots, but Anderson was just clowning around, taking him for a joke, laughing at him, gesturing with his hands, putting his hands on his hips. Weidman lands a good couple punches. Silva pretends to get hurt, mocks his power, and then, boom, Chris Weidman lands a good hook, finishes Anderson Silva, and takes his belt. On to my number 3 spot, Chris Weidman's in the opposite spot this time with the low IQ move. He threw a spinning back kick versus Luke Rockhold. He was on his 4th title defense. He was in a back and forth scrap with Luke Rockhold, back and forth grappling, great striking. But then Chris Weidman tries to become Wonderboy Thompson, throws a wheel kick. Luke Rockhold takes his back, gives him one of the worst beatings I've ever seen in a round. Eventually gets finished. Chris Weidman is never the same again, never reclaims the belt. My number 2 spot, I got Anthony Rumble Johnson wrestling versus Daniel Cormier in both of the fights. Man, in the first 30 seconds of the first DC fight, Rumble sent Daniel halfway across the octagon. He was landing head kicks, big punches, but I don't know why. He kept trying to take down Daniel Cormier, a freaking Olympian wrestler. And to be fair, he did get him down a couple of times, but it's not like he landed big ground and pound or threat submissions. And DC just got right away. This took away Rumble's gas tank. He eventually got slowed down, taken down, and submitted both times. Who knows? If it stayed on the feet, Anthony Johnson could have been an undisputed champ. Rest in peace, though. In at my number 1 spot for the lowest IQ move in MMA history, it's Glover hurting Yuri and pulling guillotine. Man, this is probably the best fight of all time in my opinion. Back and forth. Glover takes down Yuri, beats him up on the ground. Yuri lands a flying knee or a big straight punch, back and forth. And in the 5th round, Glover hits him with a big right hand, puts Yuri out on his feet. Yuri kind of stumbles down, and what does Glover do instead of finishing him? Pulls guillotine, loses it, ends up on his back, but you think, okay, maybe he can survive. Nope, Yuri Prochazka subs him, gets the belt. Glover never gets the belt ever again, loses to Jamal Hill. It's probably the biggest what if, in my opinion. He could have won the belt. That was my top 10 of the lowest IQ moments in MMA history. If I forgot anything, let me know down below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.